to be teaching you how to make a simple skirt. You can make it in studio or in game. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm gonna go to my models, and like I sell some things like these wigs. I did not make them, accessories and stuff, and I also sell a little pack that you can do, like mesh. All these meshes, you can get this, and it has all like the original meshes and stuff. Like all of these little cutie things that are not loaded yet. They have the arms, and they have these little model things that you use. Like I used to make hats, like in game. I used to make hats for like heads and stuff, and then I would put it on me because my head would be unlocked, and you do not want to have a hat that you want to move while your head's unlocked and you accidentally move your head. Now, one skirt is missing from here, and I use it all the time. Most people use it, but this is one skirt that I use. Not often, but I do use it. All of the rest of the skirts, all the rest of the hairs you can use, but you can do this trick on mostly anything, and it might create something. Like this can create a boa. This can create like a sunflower. This you just don't use. You don't use this. This is ugly, I'm sorry. You don't use it. This, you can make a skirt out of it. This, don't use it unless you need to put something in a bowl besides your torso or your body. You don't need to put your body in a bowl because that's kind of, no. That's just no. And this is very useful. This is very useful, actually. You can flatten out these and put them on your like look or anything. You can flatten out everything and put it on your look, make it look 2D something. Even this is helpful in case you have theme and stuff. You might not find all of these in your mini season or your building practices, but just know that if you go to studio, you will find them in my inventory if you buy it. We're not going to use any of those today. Instead, we're going to be using, we're going to be using something different. If it loads. Okay, these. I have these in my inventory too, and they're for sale. So I'm just going to insert these. And you see a little pack. Like, you see all this stuff, right? You see the orange, you see the boa, you see a skirt you can make out of that. You can see a cloud that's useful for when you need a cloud or something fluffy. And you see two skirts that I use, the two other ones. So we're going to be using the most common skirt that people use. First, I'm going to teach you how to do cuffs, which is basically the same thing as skirts, but smaller. Actually, no, I'm going to teach you how to make a skirt, and then you can make a cup like that. So I'm going to show you how to do a basic skirt. Make sure all your like increasements are this, because you need to go you need to be very precise with your stuff. Now, if you want your skirt this size, that's alright. Nobody's like bugging you about it. But I like to do like something like this, like a little smaller. It can be mostly anything. Like you see, this changes the width sometimes. For meshes, it might be different. This changes the height. This, oh my god. This changes the depth. Sorry, I really can't speak. Like, it changes that, yeah, basically. So you usually want this to be, like, to this, because, look, if it's, like, this, it's going to be flat like that, and you really don't want that in your skirts because it looks funky and stuff. I'm going to show you a basic skirt. You can do more complex designs as you learn more, and I can show you one way how. So you're going to turn it around like that, as you saw me do. You're gonna clone it, turn it around, and then you're gonna move it back, but not too far back. It's not gonna be close like this, it's gonna be like this. Like kind of like that, so it fits around your body. You're gonna select it all. You're gonna go to rotate. You're gonna clone it. Then you're gonna turn it a bit, and you can turn it how much like this. You can keep on turning, like have many parts, but right now I'm gonna do it like this. And clone, clone, turn, clone, turn, clone, turn. And if it has a spot like this, I usually do this. It looks funky. I know that part looked funky, but most people will not realize that, and that's really funny. You can change the color on this or whatever, but sometimes I like to do this. Go to your rotate, click local. You see this red thing? You can go up, you can go down. This is like a jester clown thing. This is kind of like a fluffed up skirt and stuff. So what you can do next is you can clone the whole skirt, right? You can go to the color and you can change the color. You can go down or up, and it will make something like that you see probably commonly. And I don't know if you think it's hard or not to do this, but it's really not. Something that I do all the time, or like sometimes, is I go to H, I get my clone, and I do a little 0.3, right? And then I go down to a certain point where it'll look like this, and it looks like a little detail. It's really good for looks that you just need a little more detail on. You can also do this, make it like that and stuff. Now, if you want to learn how to make cuffs, all you have to do is do the exact same thing, but do like 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, or 0.4, no, 0.3, 0.4, 0.3. That's what I usually do for cuffs. If you want like a gesture thing, but kind of small, you can do like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, or 0.4, 0.5, 0.5. It really doesn't matter. You have no limits to what you can do. You can make it super big or super small. Doesn't matter. Now, this has been it of our little tutorial on how to make a simple skirt. Here's a little bonus, like, I'm gonna try to take this skirt right here. So, I have this skirt. When you want to try to make a complicated skirt, you can clone it. You can put it up a bit, do it like that. You can select it all, clone it, change the width to like something smaller if you want. You can go like this and then go down. You can do that if you want to. And it'll make this cute little skirt that I use sometimes. No, a lot. Well, sometimes. And you can just, you just need to play with it. That's all you really need to do. You just need to play with the stuff. And I can prove to you that you don't have to have a drag mother or help. Like, I'm giving you help, but you don't have to have a drag mother or help to do very complicated skirts. Because you can go over here, and you have this, right? You can put, like, stars on it or little designs on it. It's really easy. And then you can do the cloning thing. You can do that with everything, and you can just explore. So, I hope you guys have learned something. And it's free. You can do it. I don't feel like you should have to pay to have this kind of thing because it's so easy and you're not really building with blocks, so it's very easy to do this. So this has been it for the skirt tutorial, and I really do hope you enjoy. I'm sorry that was so long. It's kind of silly it's so long. Goodbye.